This is 1 Peter 4:3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walked in lasciviousness, lusts, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excessive riot, speaking evil of you. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halayim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harak HaKwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Akim and sincere Agwath, out there in peace and sincerity. Alright, Shalom. And this quick hit is going to be entitled, The World Will Look at You Differently Once You're Enlightened. Spiritual, okay? Spiritually enlightened by this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding bestowed onto us by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls God, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The world will look at you the same way you look at them for being unrighteous, okay? That's how the world will look at you for being righteous once you come to know the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Now let's get into it. It's 1 Peter 4:3. I'm going to start at 1. For as much then as Yahweh Shai Mashiach has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that had suffered in the flesh had ceased from sin. You see? So ultimately, through faith in Yahweh Shai, all right, we cease from sin, all right? And we embark on that journey of suffering in the flesh, all right? Like the scriptures tell us, we have to embark on that fiery trial, all right, in order to receive that glory with Yahweh Shai, okay? Read the letter in again. For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, okay? And that same mind, all right, that we arm ourselves with, that enables us to cease from sin. That mind is the mind of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man, okay? That secret place of the Most High, which the prophets dwell in, okay? Which we constantly labor in, all right, in order to bear those afflictions, man. Because Yahweh Shai did it first. Now let's go to the Old Testament, all right, because the Old Testament and the New Testament, they go together as one, okay? The Old Testament slides into the New Testament, all right? This is Isaiah 53:1. Who had believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord Yahweh revealed? You see? Because ultimately, the Lord's arm, all right, was revealed unto Yahweh Shai. And now we have access back to Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, all right, as joint heirs. Verse 2, for he shall grow up before him as a tender plant and as a root out of a dry ground. He had no form nor comeliness. And that's talking about Yahweh Shai, man, all right. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. You see? And ultimately, when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, he overcame the flesh over 2,000 years ago, man. All right? Without sinning. Okay? And he was quickening for that. Now we're about to see him in his glorious, majestic, angelic form, man. As a celestial being. Okay? Lord willing, we be at that number. And then, to even take part in joint heirship with Yahweh Shai, to receive the inheritance under Yahweh Shai is just, it's more than an honor, man. Okay? It's worth dying for. All right? Verse 3, he is despised and rejected of men, speaking of Yahweh Shai again, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. But ultimately, all right, these characteristics are displaying Yahweh Shai, but ultimately that lies in the elect as well. We're despised, we're rejected of men. All right, Yahweh Shai said it first. He said, all right, if the world hated you, it's because it hated me. All right? This is John 15:19. If you were of the world, and this is red letters, Yahweh Shai speaking. If you were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai chose us out of this world, all right, as the elect, Okay, now the world hates us because of that, man, because the light of the Father shines within us, and they want to dim that light. They want to destroy that light, man. All right, and they ultimately take on that vibration towards us because they had it towards Yahushua first, like it tells you in Revelations, the 1st chapter. All right, even those that pierced him shall see him. All right, because they were doing it back in the Roman Empire, and they're doing it now in spiritual Rome. Okay, through his men, scoffing at his men, despising them. All right, because ultimately they don't believe in Yahushua. All right, verse 3, he is despised and rejected of men of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Right, man, they didn't regard Yahushua as the Son of Man, but Yahweh, all right, rose up Yahushua after 3 days, man. All right. So the Father was dealing with Yahushua and rose him up, man, as the Son of God, man. Okay? And ultimately, because we take upon that same spirit of Yahushua, we are the sons of God as well. Okay? Verse 4, surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted. Right? The grief and the sorrow of the nation of Israel, man. All right? That's what it means when it's saying ours. Not, he didn't carry the sorrows of the whole entire planet Earth, man. All right? Of nations. The whole table of nations, man. All right? You have, that's why it specifically says in Psalms, the 2nd chapter, the 8th verse, ask of thee, and I should give the heathen for thine inheritance. Okay? So the children of Israel are going to inherit the heathen and their labors. All right? And they're going to be in order under Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Verse 5, but he was wounded for our transgressions, you see. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. So with Yahushua's blood, we are healed. We are brought back, reconciled, rehabilitated onto Yahweh, onto the Father, man. Yahushua said, no man cometh to the Father except he come through me, man. Very true statement. All right. Back in 1 Peter 4:2, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. Right, because through Yahushua's stripes we're healed. All right, that's why we shouldn't live longer like the rest of them in their flesh, man. We don't live in that mindset anymore. We don't take upon those hobbies. We don't take upon that spirit of the world anymore. We take upon the spirit of Yahushua, man, which is the spirit of prophecy, faith, which we are justified by according to Romans, the 5th chapter. Verse 3, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. And that's likened on to us in that state of mind of being a Gentile, man, Israelite foreigner. All right, a stranger to the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, a stranger to the belief in Yahushua. That's why we had to be brought back in. All right, that's why Yahushua had Apostle Paul on the scene. All right, as the head of the Gentiles, teaching them the nationality, teaching them that through the belief in Yahushua, which is the word. All right, the Old and New Testament, the volume of the book. All right, is what's going to save you, not keeping the law. Keeping the law in the society, man. All right? Because you have those law-based Israelites and you have faith-based Israelites. Faith in Yahushua, man. All right? Keeping the law is not going to save you. Faith and belief in Yahushua will. All right? Verse 4, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. You see? That's the world, man. They never loved you in the first place. Soon as you try to better yourself, soon as you try to take upon a spirit of order about yourself, take upon a spirit of fear and a higher power, all right, and correction and humility, all right, they speak evil of you, man. Oh, this guy, look at him. He don't want to eat pork. Oh, look at him, man. He's not at the Christmas parade with us, man. Where is he? This guy's a weirdo. Just because he's in his right mind. All right, that's the spirit of the world, man. If you're not doing anything wicked, All right, no one's on your side. You're by yourself. You're alone. But guess what? You may be lonely, but you're not alone if you have Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Now let's read this in the NLT. It's 1 Peter 4 and 4. I'm going to start at 3. Salaki, it says, 1 Peter 4 and 3 in the NLT. You have had enough in the past of the evil things that godless people enjoy, their immorality and lust, their feasting and drunkenness and wild parties, and their terrible worship of idols. And that's the spirit of the world, man. Idolatry, fornication, adultery. Verse 4, of course, your former, and look, it says of course. So we notice we should expect the world to have this expectation of us once we become enlightened, or to look at us differently, man. It's a part of the game. All right, it's a part of this spiritual game, man, that the Lord has us playing on the spiritual battlefield. Verse 4, of course, your former friends are surprised when you no longer plunge into the flood of wild and destructive things they do, so they slander you. Of course, your former friends are surprised when you no longer plunge into the flood of wild and destructive things they do, so they slander you. And notice it says flood, because those sins, those transgressions will get you in that flood of fire, man, a lake of fire. All right. In the Third World War, man, this place is going to be destroyed by ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right. As a cleansing agent for the wicked that's been done in the spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, which we know of as America, man. All right. Lord willing, this message was edifying. I'm going to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Harakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Kwam Yashala. Shalom.